So on today's campground tour, I'm going to tell you all about the Nashville KOA Resort, which is what you're seeing behind me now. We're Matt and Dave, and together with our dogs Belle and Hudson, we're exploring the world in our Escape travel trailer. In the winter of 2023, we traveled from Ontario to Texas to pick up a 17-foot casita trailer and spent over a month on the road. We liked it so much that by the fall of 2023, we upgraded to a 19-foot Escape trailer so that I had space to work from the road. We haven't looked back since. Come see where we go next. So I'm going to start with the reservation, the booking, and the pricing. So as with most KOAs, the reservation was really straightforward, booked it via the app. In terms of the pricing, we're actually here near the end of February. So because of this time of year, the pricing is probably half of what it would be for a KOA resort. So we only paid on average about $60 a night. Now that was for one of the least expensive lots. We only have a 19-foot trailer. I would imagine some of the premium lots are probably quite a bit more expensive, probably $80, $90 a night, even in this off season. Checking into the campground was fairly straightforward. There wasn't much of a lineup, although while we were here for 3 nights. We did see some times where there was 5, 6, 7, 8 trailers all waiting in line, but they were very efficient and very quick at getting people to their site. There's a number of different types of sites. We have one of the least expensive sites, so it's a gravel lot, but they all seem to be pretty level lots. The more premium sites are paved mostly, but it seems like the more premium lots are basically kept for the really large rigs with only a 19-foot trailer. We find that over at the end of the campground that we were at, which I'll show on the map, it was mostly smaller trailers. So I would say anything under 25 feet. There are tons of amenities at this campground. I showed this earlier and I'll show it again. There's a pool area, and this is a massive pool. Probably one of the biggest pools we've ever seen at a campground. And the pool is heated, so although it's February, we still were able to go in the pool and get a good swim in. And there's also a nice hot tub as well. Big hot tub. I think we were probably 12 people in there comfortably yesterday. And you can see lots of chairs around the pool to hang out in the sun, even some sunshades for the hotter times of year. There are some other amenities that I've rarely seen at other campgrounds. So for example, there's some hammocks. They've got a ping pong table through here. They've got a pickleball court. There's a horseshoe pit. There's some chess and checkerboards, cornhole game, and then we've got some bowling over here. Now the one thing that they don't have, if you're a family with kids, they don't actually have much of a playground aside from all of the amenities I just showed you, but that's probably still enough to keep your kids busy. So what about the location? Well, if you're in Nashville, you're probably looking to go downtown to the honky tonks. Location is pretty good. We drove downtown, about a 15-minute drive, and surprisingly easy to find parking, which kind of shocked me. I thought it was going to be a bit of a nightmare. But the other option that this campground offers is they have a shuttle, and you pay $10 per person, and that's round trip, and they'll shuttle you right from the campground to downtown Nashville. So great option if you want to go downtown, not have to worry about traffic or parking, and maybe have some drinks as well. The other thing to note about the location is, as most KOAs are, it is on the side of the highway. You can see that in the distance. We didn't find that at our end of the campground, the highway noise was too bad, but I'm guessing you could probably hear some highway noise on this video right now. So it gives you a bit of an idea of what to expect while you're here. The campground is also located about 1 mile from the Grand Ole Opry. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, you're not too far off. You could probably even just bike over. We drove. The other thing that's very much worth seeing while you're here is the Opryland Resort. Now, at first, when we looked it up online as something to do, we were kind of skeptical, but we went to go check it out last night, and it is absolutely worth it. It's an indoor botanical garden with restaurants. That description probably doesn't actually do it justice. I would just recommend just go. Even if you have doubts, go and check it out. You won't regret it. As with most KOAs, they have a lot of these little cabins as well that you can rent. We did meet a few people who had rented a cabin who didn't have an RV. They seem to really like it, no complaints. There's probably 3 or 4 bathhouses scattered throughout the park, all with showers and men's and women's washrooms. They were generally clean, good hot water, no complaints there. There is Wi-Fi throughout the park, and this is probably the fastest Wi-Fi we've ever experienced in a park. They do advertise it as high-speed fiber Wi-Fi, and they're not kidding. That is the experience that you get. There's also cable TV here, probably about 30 or 40 channels. We use that a little bit as well. See over here an example of a bathhouse. So the showers on this side. So inside this building, that's where you check in, but there's also a lounge in here. We spent some time listening to some live music on our first night here. Based on their schedule, it looks like they have live music at least 2 to 3 times a week. So that was kind of neat, especially for our first night getting here. We didn't really want to go into town. They've also got laundry facilities, washing and drying, both $2 each. So the other thing to note is that all the campsites, at least all the ones that I've saw, have full hookups. So sewer, power, water, cable TV, and they're not very far from the trailer either. So you don't need to worry too much about having long extension cords or long sewer hoses in order to reach your connection. So this is the part of the park that our trailer was in. So as you can see, gravel lots, hookups right near the trailers. All level though, lots of trees. I'm sure it would be really nice when the trees are actually in bloom and there's leaves on them, but still a nice place. Don't let the gray skies deceive you. This is the first gray day that we've had of our entire trip. Otherwise, it's been very nice and sunny. So what's the overall vibe here? Well, from what we saw, and it could be the time of year, but it's mostly people hanging out who are fans of country music, and they're here for a good time. Not a lot of kids that we saw, and we were here partly on a weekend, but pretty relaxed vibe. For example, you're allowed to bring drinks around the pool in the hot tub. Some parks don't allow you. And yeah, everyone seemed very friendly, very easygoing. We met lots of cool people while we were here. So, overall, would we recommend this park? I would say absolutely yes. Especially for the price that we got it for at this time of year. Not sure I'd be as willing to stay at this park if I was paying the premium price. But to be honest, I don't know what that premium price is. I haven't looked it up. So just make sure you check in, see what the price is. But if you want to be in Nashville, this is a great park to be at. Hope this video was helpful for you.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button. Or even better, subscribe to our channel. It really does help us reach a wider audience. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.